it's Destiny, and today I'm going to be building Columbina within 24 hours of her release. Before we get into today's video, let me know if you pulled Columbina or plan to skip her for someone else. Lastly, if you'd like to see more Genshin content from me, consider subscribing to my channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. First things first, I have to pull Columbina, and I ended up getting my first capturing radiance, and I was able to successfully get Columbina as well as her weapon. Now that I've gotten Columbina, let's go over my goals for her. I would like to get Columbina to level 90, and this will require me to borrow some flowers from a friend. I want to get her weapon to level 80 or 90. For her talents, I'll upgrade them as much as I can since she does require a new weekly boss, so I'll just upgrade her talents as much as possible. And lastly, for her artifact set, I'm going to be using Silken Moon on Columbina, as I intend to use her with Flins and Anefa once I pull her, as well as using her on my Nefer team. For a Flins team, Anefa can benefit from the new Morning Star artifact set nicely, while I can have Columbina as the Silken Moon holder. As for my Nefer team, I'll try to have Llama with Deepwood, Columbina with Silken Moon, and Kuki with Instructor. For Columbina's main stats, I would like HP or energy recharge sands, depending on my energy recharge requirements, HP Goblet, and lastly crit damage circlet. Now let's see what we can do within 24 hours. After pulling Columbina, my friend offered to let me take their flowers, which was absolutely perfect as this would help me with getting enough flowers to get her to level 90 day 1. I used Verissa to quickly travel across the world to collect the flowers, and it only took me around 14 minutes as they were pretty easy to spot. I was able to level her up to level 70, and as for her weapon, so I thought I pre-farmed the correct materials for her weapon, but I actually accidentally farmed the wrong materials to upgrade her weapon. So I had to grind the weapon material domain a couple of times, and I was able to thankfully get her weapon to level 80. I pre-farmed a good amount of her talent books, so I was able to upgrade some of her talents right away, but I do need her weekly material in order to continue upgrading her talents. So I decided to fight the doctor, and my first 2 attempts did not go too well, since I may have noticed and read the instruction pop-ups a little too slow to know to stop in place, for example. But after understanding how to go about this fight, it was a pretty smooth battle, and I thankfully got one of the material drops that I would need, and I was also able to collect the first time clear rewards. I tried fighting the other weekly bosses for some of my other characters, but unfortunately we didn't get any dream solvent drop. For what I could do right now though, I was able to get Columbina to 6, 8, and 7. Now I can collect the rest of the flowers in my world to get enough flowers to upgrade Columbina to level 90, which Verissa was a huge help with this once again, and we're looking pretty good so far. Last thing is artifacts. I decided to go through the newest domain to aim for some Morning Star pieces to have on my account, as I already have some Silken Moon pieces that I could potentially use on Columbina, but I do need a way to upgrade them, so I'll be using some of the lesser rarity drops. Plus, having Morning Star pieces would be pretty beneficial for when I get a Nefa. I headed over to the domain to farm for Morning Star pieces, and once I got to the domain, Verissa got pretty excited and she literally ran off screen. The domain was pretty easy to fight with my current Nefer team, and I got some decent pieces after using a couple of resin, but most of the pieces I got were pretty abysmal. I got cursed with defense, just non-stop defense, when Columbina is an HP scaling character and Anefa wants attack. It wasn't a great grinding session unfortunately, but one thing it did give me was a lot of artifacts to try to strong box, as I wanted a 4-piece Deepwood set on Llama. I ended up getting some usable pieces and they nicely rolled into EM, which was perfect. Now as for Columbina, we yoinked some of the Silken Moon pieces that weren't fully upgraded, and they rolled pretty nicely. So overall, while the grinding session for the artifacts wasn't the greatest, the strongbox artifacts worked out in my favor, and here's my current Columbina build. I have an energy recharge sands, HP goblet, and crit damage circlet. My goal would be to get more HP and crit rate for optimizing her build even further, but for right now, I would say this definitely works. So now, let's try out my Columbina. I want to first try out Columbina here on my Nefer team just to see how this team performs, and then I also want to try out Columbina on my Flynn's team. Let's first fight this enemy over here. And I just love Columbina's sprint. It's so pretty. Alright, so let's see how this does. Now we can use Nefer's skill again, and there we go. Before we really got attacked much, we already finished off the fight, and this was even without Llama's burst and also without Columbina's burst. Let's go fight our friend over here, and let's see how we do against this enemy. So here we are. Now we can Llama burst, Kuki, and now we can attack with Nefer. Oh, okay, we just got attacked with the spin attack right there. But it's fine, we were able to beat it pretty fast as well. We're just dealing so much damage with this team right here. Let's actually try fighting this robot and let's see how this goes. So there we go. Llama holds skill. I want to use her burst, so there we go. Alright. Really good damage as well here. And boom! Yeah, I don't think there's any overworld boss that wouldn't just get destroyed by this team right here. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit, but what we could do is just heal with Kuki in the meantime. Alright, so we're just gonna hide behind this pillar right here, which is fine. That is such a cool animation, oh my gosh. Her skill and burst. Same with Llama. We can definitely manage with this, I think. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Skill burst again. Destroy these enemies right here. There we go. And then the last one is over here. Alright, he's almost dead. Okay, there we go. Do not face the doctor. I think he already went down. Literally, that just popped up and he already went down. But yeah, this team definitely just destroyed him as well. All right, I want to try out Flynn's here in Spiral Abyss just to see how it goes. Now with Kuki, there we go. Now with Flynn's, we can attack like so. And boom. Go, Flynn's, go! Okay, now we have this enemy right here. And this is also without even having a Nepha on this team yet. And wow, there we go. All right, that was pretty good. And that was also just my first time trying that. So with more optimization, we definitely could have done better on the clock there with that particular team. We're just gonna try fighting some more enemies in the overworld just to see how the Flynn's team does here, which it should do pretty well. We are back visiting our friend right here. I just want to see how my team does. I'm sorry. Columbina. Unfortunately, we don't have our burst ready, which is a bit annoying, but it's okay. We can just attack and see how it goes. And boom! That was pretty good with no Columbina burst active. Hello, Knuckle Duckle. Activate Duster mode. I do need a little bit of energy though. All right, there we go. Now we can burst. Oh no, my Kuki! Columbina gave us the revive. We're fine. All right, now let's fight the Knuckle Duckle here. And boom! Well, bam! There we go. Alright, we have successfully beaten the Knuckle Duckle. Thank you, Columbina, for reviving my Kuki. That was very useful right there. We can skill and burst. Kuki can skill. Now attack with Flynn's. And boom! Okay, there we go. Both of the teams are pretty fun to try out, and once I also get a Nepha, then I'll more than likely revisit my Flynn's team just to see how much a Nepha would also add for that particular team on my account. But overall, I'm really happy with pulling Columbina. She just looks absolutely amazing, and she's just a gorgeous character to explore with as well. I love her animations. So overall, I'm just very, very happy that I was able to get her. And I'd love love to know if you also pulled Columbina and how your pulls went if so. And I'd also love to know, are you potentially going to pull a Nefa or Zibai or Nuvolette during this patch, or are you maybe saving for the next patch potentially? But I hope all of you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.